Let's Cook That book. I'm Mimi Baines and today we're cooking from Anna Polyviou's Sweet Street. We're going to be making her Loukou-my-annas, or as Anna likes to say, her Loukou-my-annas. So we're going to get started on the honey syrup for the Loukou-my-annas. We're going to firstly turn on the pan. So we've got this pan on a medium heat. We're going to add in the honey. Caster sugar. Some ground cloves. Stick of cinnamon. Juice of 1 lemon. Straight in. I love these citrus juices. They're so nice and easy and really quick to clean up also. In the bin. And now finally we're going to get the seeds out of the vanilla pod. So get yourself a really sharp knife and make sure it's small as well, just to keep it under control. So we need to slice it through in one go. And then use the back of it. So make sure it's a nice heavy knife and grab the seeds out. And there you should have your vanilla seeds, and they just go straight in. We're just going to bring this up to the boil, simmer it for about 3 to 4 minutes until all the sugar's dissolved and it's nice and syrupy. So this has been going for about 3.5 minutes, I think. It's getting nice and syrupy. It's really important when you're cooking syrups to have a really flexible spatula. I've had a few spatulas in the past that I've broken, so this silicone spatula is perfect for syrups and all things sticky that you need to scrape down the edges for. So this is done. We're going to pop it to the side and then refrigerate. So now we're going to get started on the Loukou-my-annas. We're going to pop some warm water. Make sure it's room temperature. We don't want to kill the yeast by it being too hot, but it also needs to activate, so it needs to have that warmth to it. We're going to pop in some yeast and about 1/4 of the flour that we're using. Now we're going to mix this on medium until it's all incorporated and then set it aside. So this is all mixed through. We're going to cover this with cling wrap and set it aside in a nice warm space for about half an hour. So I've had this by the oven in a nice warm place for about half an hour. As you can see, it's nice and frothy. The yeast is activated lovely. We're going to pop it onto the mixer. We've changed to a paddle now. So we're going to pop this onto medium speed and then add in the remaining flour, sugar and vanilla bean paste as well. So we're just going to add the flour in gradually, just so that we don't get any lumps in the dough. We want it to be nice and smooth and sifted, so we don't want to wreck that by adding all the flour in at once. Make sure the speed of the mixer isn't too high because you don't want a big poof of flour coming out on your face. So that's nice and combined now. There's no lumps in the dough. We're going to remove this, cover it with some cling film and then set it aside for about an hour and a half until it's risen, probably about double its size. So now we're going to get onto Anna's chocolate dipping sauce. It's probably got to be my favourite ingredients here. We've got Nutella, some milk chocolate and some cream. So first of all, we're going to heat this cream. You can use a saucepan or a frying pan, whatever you've got handy. Now while the cream is heating up, I'm just going to chop this chocolate up. So we're not actually melting the chocolate by putting it into the pan or on a heat as such. We're going to put the hot cream over the chocolate, so it's important to have it nice and small bits so they can melt quite easily. So it helps to also have a really sharp knife, and I just like to press it on the chocolate just gently. You don't really need to do much. And then that one goes all in. Now for my favourite bit, Nutella. This is just a hazelnut spread. Pop that all in. Leave a bit extra for me. Sorry. We're gonna wait for this cream to come up to the boil, quickly turn it off, and then pour it straight over and mix everything through. The cream's just come to a boil, it's simmering a bit. I'm just gonna pour it straight in. And it should pretty much do all the work for me by melting everything, but I'm gonna give it a quick hand and stir it through. So we just want to incorporate that hot cream into the chocolate and to the Nutella. This is great if you're a cereal seizer and tend to seize chocolate by melting it in the microwave or on the stove top. It's great because if you warm the cream up and then pop it into the chocolate, it won't seize. So this is nice and melted now. As you can see, there's no lumps or bumps. Everything's melted and it's perfect now for our Loukou-my-annas. So the dough's been resting for about an hour to an hour and a half. Now we're just gonna fry up our little Loukou-my-annas. Now, in Anna's recipe, she's said to use her hands like a Greek yaya, but to be honest, I don't really feel confident. It's a bit too messy, so I'm gonna use 2 spoons and just pop them straight in. So I wanna get my Loukou-my-annas as smooth as possible. I'm gonna try and smooth them out with the 2 spoons and then pop in a couple to the hot oil at a time. Not too many, we want them to fry up. So we want the donuts to crisp up on the outside and be nice and golden brown, but really fluffy on the inside. They should just naturally gravitate and spin around themselves, cooking themselves evenly, but if they need a little bit of a helping hand, just flip them over with something that will withstand this heat. It's amazing how many types of donuts there are around the world. We've got Greek Loukou-my-annas, Italian bombolinis, or we've even got the Mexican churros. So these are nice and golden. I'm just gonna pop these out onto some paper towel and drain a bit of the oil off. So with the shape of the Loukou-my-annas, they're not exactly perfect little balls, but these are the good bits. You've got little crispy bits on them. They're gonna be absolutely delicious. And while these are draining, I'm gonna get started on the next batch. So these are all nice and golden. I'm gonna pop these on the towel to drain and then we'll get serving and eat up. Just be careful, they're still really hot when you take them off. So I've just got my dipping sauce, my caramel popcorn, which goes deliciously with these, and my honey syrup. Just go this in. Give it a bit of a stir. If it gets a bit too hard, you can always reheat it and make it a bit softer, but you don't want it too runny, so don't heat it up too much. And then we're just gonna pour it straight over. And then the rest can just go on the side for a bit of a dipping sauce. These microwave popcorn makers are so handy. You can cook your popcorn in it and then store it in after. And there you have it, there's Anna Polyviou's Loukou-my-annas. So yum.